moments away from hearing from the man that will challenge for the AEW World Championship at All in London on August 25th. None other than the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Great reaction for Danielson right here in South Carolina. You know what? I really love Swerve Strickland, what he has brought to the AEW World Championship. I think it's been a great run. Absolutely. But how can you not feel for Bryan Danielson, who said this would be his last year, and he gets his shot at Wembley to becoming AEW World Champion? I don't know.
It's an amazing opportunity for Danielson. He's been world champ before. He understands that. But hey, you're dealing with the world champion, Strickland. You can't take nothing off Strickland. He wants to defend that title. He's not feeling bad that Danielson, said this is his last year. If you are Strickland, you want to retain your title, obviously.
Yeah. Danielson has been champion before in his career, but he has never held a championship here in All Elite Wrestling.
What an incredible performer he has been in wrestling.
Tremendous athlete, no doubt about it, man. One of the best ever. Right there.
It is great to be in Greenville. And usually people say that just to get a cheap pop, just to get that cheer that I just got there. But my wife and I, we actually got our engagement pictures taken right here in Greenville.
Why?
You guys have a beautiful downtown. I love it here.
Fans of cheese here.
You know, it's funny because Bree and I were actually just looking through those pictures. And while we did, you realize it's very true what they say. You don't realize it's the good old days until they're almost gone. And tonight, I'm here to talk to you guys about two things: presents and promises. I have been very lucky in my career. You know, I was forced to retire. I had it all taken away from me. But since I've come back from that retirement, I've been able to be present. When they say you don't know that you're in the good old days until they're almost gone, I was able to know. I was able to be present in the good old days. These last 3 years at AEW have been incredible, and they have been the funnest time of my career. Tonight, before I came out here, I was able to be present behind the curtain. When I came out here and you guys were chanting yes, I was able to be present. There's just some moments that I'll never understand. Thank you. And for that moment, I was able to be present. So now, let's talk about promises. I promised my daughter that when she was 7, I would stop wrestling full time. I promised my family that my contract with AEW would be the last wrestling contract I ever signed, and that contract ends tomorrow. And I promised myself that every time I stepped foot in this ring, I would give every single thing that I have. For the fans, because you guys deserve it, and for myself, because I deserve it. When I came to AEW, I said I was gonna do 2 things. I said I was gonna kick people's heads in, and I said I was gonna win the AEW World Championship. Now, over the last 3 years, I've kicked a lot of people's heads in. But I have not won the AEW World Championship. Yet. Now, this is probably gonna be my last shot. Not probably, it will be my last shot. And it's at AEW's biggest show of the year at Wembley Stadium at All In. And there's doctors telling me that I shouldn't wrestle. And my family doesn't want me to wrestle. But here's my promise. My promise is that I will go to Wembley Stadium and I will be present for that moment. I promise that I will go to Wembley Stadium and give you every single thing that I have. I promise that I will give you 100% where 101% is not possible. I promise. That at All In, with my body, with my mind, with my soul, I will go all in. And to ensure that I keep that.
Well, you could tell those words from Jeff Jarrett last week really resonated with Bryan Danielson, but unfortunately for Danielson, the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland is not going to let his challenger finish that thought.
Well, definitely Jarrett's conversation motivated Danielson, but the champ is in the house. And he looks like he's all business right now.
You know what? It was some great words from Danielson, but I do not blame the world champion for coming out here.
No, I get what you're saying, and I understand that, and I think it's a good move by Strickland. I don't know what Strickland's going to do or say, but I definitely think it's important because Danielson was definitely pulling on the heartstrings of the people because he was being sincere. And when Danielson says he's going to give you over 100% in London at Wembley, he's not lying. He's going to go for the gusto and try to capture that world title that's on the shoulder of Strickland right now.
AEW Dynamite is live on TBS. Inside the ring is the man who will challenge for the AEW World Championship at All In London. That man, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Until he was speaking passionately, speaking from the heart, until he was interrupted by the champion, Swerve Strickland. Will Swerve be able to leave London, England as still the AEW World Champion? We are 26 days away from finding out.
The house is split in half.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Bryan. I respect the hell out of you, man. I respect the fact that you inspired an entire generation of young wrestlers to go out there and pursue their dreams, me included. And if this was any other time, I really would be rooting for you. I'd be rooting for you and cheering you on to go all in and win that AEW World Championship and have your moments. But this is Swerve Strickland's time. When I came to AEW, I said I was going to win the AEW World Championship, and I did. You're one of the greatest of this generation, but I'm one of a kind. Hell, I'm so ahead of my time that people 10 years from now are going to want to sit back and press rewind. You came in here and AEW said you was going to win the AEW World Championship. You said you were going to kick everybody's head in. I guess you couldn't handle it when they started kicking back. I'm letting you know right now, Bryan. I'm going to let you know right now, Bryan, this is not an achievement award. This is not something that you get after 25 years of service. No, this here belt is something that shows you and shows everybody else that beyond a shadow of doubt that you are the best in the world. And I am the best in the world. You challenged Will Ospreay and you had a classic, but you lost. Hell, on top of that, you got hurt. Will Ospreay challenged me and I won. You took on the Elite at Anarchy in the Arena and you got pinned. While I led Team AEW against the Elite at Blood and Guts and we won. Hell, last year I competed in front of 80,000 people that all in while you were too broken down to even get on a flight to London. Maybe your body just can't handle the pressures of being a champion. I know you like to make a lot of promises and you want to be in the moment. So let's be in this moment, Bryan. And let me make a promise to you. I promise you that I am the most dangerous man in AEW. I'm also promise you this, that you will not be walking out of All In as champion. Hell, after I'm done with you, you may never walk again.
Swerve, I have one more promise. I promise if I don't win the AEW World Championship, I will never wrestle again.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
What the hell?
What? That is. I mean, Danielson, he's been qualifying this as his last time, or his last year as a full-time wrestler, but
Right.
Your title versus my career at All In. Swerve, what do you say?
That's very noble of you, Bryan. But don't keep that promise to me. Keep it with your family.
Swerve Strickland never with any compunctions about making things personal.
Well, it's the right thing to do with this size of a match. With the prize that's on the line, the AEW World Championship, Strickland is playing the mental game perfectly, in my opinion, with Danielson.
As if the stakes for All in London could possibly get any higher. Bryan